Hey, this is William here, and today we are going to look at the anatomy of double bottoms, okay? I took two of these trades today, and we're not going to worry about the exits very much. We're not going to worry about the higher time frames. We're going to worry about double bottoms on the 1, 2, and 5, and how you can spot them and how to trade them with your stops, and then a little bit about how to partial out on them. Okay, so first we're going to look at my MU one. Let's look at this. All right. So let's just focus on the 1 and the 2 minute here, okay? Because when you do double bottoms, I mean, you can do them on the 5 and 15, but it's a longer time frame play. And right now I'm doing the 1 minute and 2 minute double bottoms, which is just a little easier because they happen a lot more often. All right, so what are we thinking? Number one, we're thinking stocks move in waves, right? So it's a wave and it's waving and it's waving. All right, now look at this. Andrew likes to talk about wicks all the time in classes, and look at we get buying pressure here on the 1 minute. Wicks coming up, wicks coming up, wicks coming up, right there. And then we get a little bit of a wave up, and then it comes back down. Now let's really think about what happens here. If we zoom in right here on the 1 minute and the 2 minute, what do you think people are going to do? You got to think about this from a psychological level from traders around the world. If there's buying pressure coming up here at this level and people want to go long, where are they going to put their stops, right? They're going to put their stops right at the bottom of the wicks. Some people do it right before the wick, some people do it at the wick, and some people will do it right below the wick, okay? Some people will give it more space, but a lot of traders are going to put their stops right around here. Now, my favorite type of double bottom is when you get something where you see this kind of action, you get a bottom. Okay, let's really go into this. You get a bottom, comes back up. Then when it comes back down, what can happen, right? It can dump and go lower. But in this case, it breaks it by 1 or 2 cents. And then you get decent volume here for sure, and a huge wick going up. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you a lot of things, actually. Anyone who was long before here that put their stop right at this low, which many traders would do, they're all out, okay? And once they're out, they might flip position, they might revenge trade, but their setup is gone, and now a whole bunch of triggers and orders are going to start to happen. But really, in reality, they were right. They were right in the direction, wrong on the timing, and wrong on the stop. So once they get stopped out and you get this gigantic wick, and then this broke on the 1, once I saw that, I loved it. Combine that with this increased volume on the 2, again, double bottom coming up, coming back down, break it by 1 or 2 cents, then come back up. And then on the 5, this hadn't closed yet, but I saw this wick holding, so I was loving this with this gigantic wick. Once it broke that, I knew what happened, right? Everyone who was right, they got stopped out, and now they're going to miss the trade, or they're going to revenge, or they're going to short. They're going to do a whole bunch of stuff, but really this is the time to long. Okay, that is an awesome double bottom. Wave down, wave up, take out everyone, and then go. Now, look at what's interesting about this. Look at how clean you get 4 1-minute candles of no new lows, right? And that's the type of trade you want to be in, and you got to think from that psychological level. Why is that? Well, because it stopped everyone out back here. They're done, they're gone, and now you get a little trend upwards, right? The sellers are wrong and gone, and then we get the buyers coming in to take over. Now, where do I put my stop? In this point, where do I put my stop? I do not like putting my stop at the low of these candles because you can lose a lot of slippage and you just get pissed off when you're wrong also. I don't like getting angry when I'm wrong, so I avoid that. I know it's silly, but when you get stopped out like this and you're wrong by 1 cent, oh, it does not feel good, okay? So I look at other things in the chart to minimize my risk and let me maximize my reward and still make smart decisions, okay? So in this one, I got filled at about 41.54. And we know that half dollars are such a strong psychological level, and it's hovering around this $0.50, and it already took out everyone. So my stop was 41.49, and I was not going to lose anything in slippage. I would get filled 5 cents right under there, right under there, 41.49. And you know what that allows me to do? It allows me to play an amazing risk to reward game also, where this first was 4-to-1 risk to reward, and then 5-to-1 risk to reward. and then 6 to 1 risk to reward. And I got out at these levels, right? VWAP is a level that was like 5 to 1. The 50 was 6 to 1, all right? So it gives me the chance to do really smart profiting. Now, it's not a huge amount in terms of cents, but it's huge in terms of risk reward. And when you trade stocks like MU, AMD, and these things that don't have slippage and don't move fast, you can take more share size when you do it. So now let's look at AMD. It is the same type of thing here. Okay, it's another double bottom. This is a little more easy to visualize because you get a real kind of W. You get an action of a big old wave. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now same thing, right? We talked about waves in the beginning. We talked about finding the double bottom. So let's look at this. Here's the one going down. All right, if you want to think of this as a long, it's a risky play, right? Look at this volume, look at this momentum going down on everything. So so these double bottoms give you great risk to reward, and it creates patience in your trading as well. So on the 1 minute, it's going down, wave down, goes back up to the resistance, and then comes back down, right? On the 2 minute chart, just look how clean this is. Look at the 9 moving average, okay? Look at that. It's just waving up into the 9 moving average down, waving up into the 9, moving down, waving up, moving down, okay? I saw this gigantic volume. This was just huge volume at 1 million shares, and that piqued my interest in either a long or short. Then when it instantly jumped up on there, that really got me intrigued there. Why would it not continue to go down on that big volume? Well, because there's a lot of buying there, okay? That could be a double bottom. So now when I'm looking at this, I'll tell you exactly what I saw. I was staring at this, and I saw a little mini inverted hammer. Excuse me, I'm still a little sick. And then a hammer, right? Okay, we get an inverted hammer, breaks the low, hammer coming up like this at the double bottom. Okay, now on this double bottom, I'm so close, only a few cents away. I'm staring at the time and says, you see how that's green right there? That's what I saw. Now this is just live right now, but I'm telling you, all this green is what I saw right when I entered the trade. So I loved it. So I played the double bottom on the 1, double bottom right there on the 2. So now where was my stop again? I am not going to get stopped out with any sort of slippage. I want to have my risk to reward actualized, okay? So my stop, I got filled at 26, you can see, 26.99 right here. And my stop was 26.96. It was not the break, it was the low, okay? Because I was staring at this, I saw green. I was staring at the level 2, and it looked really strong at that point. I knew this was a double bottom, so I am going to get out if it touches that double bottom again, because I think this is the double bottom, right? It already happened. And if it already happened, it's not going to touch it again. So now on this one, again, I had to go. Or I was going to stop trading. This was my last trade. I didn't even want to take this, but it was too perfect. So I decided 3 to 1 risk to reward. I set my limit order, and you can see 12, right? 27.12. I didn't care about anything else. I was risking 4 cents from 26.99 to 26.96. I wanted 3 to 1, so I got out 100% at 27.12 with a limit order. And check out what happened, right? It continued to go up. It made a much bigger move. Now, am I upset with that? No, because I did exactly what my plan told me to. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show on this one. Look at this. Look at this hammer on the 5. I got this near the support. If you guys have seen hammers and shooting stars, you know they can be extreme levels of support and resistance. So if I get close to here on a double bottom on a smaller time frame, I've got so much support going in my favor, but more importantly, I've got amazing risk to reward idea and how to execute it. So hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on where to put your stops, how to enter, to have patience, and how to partial out, please post them in the comments. Thank you so much.